Hey James, what's up? Oh, wow, we got lots of people's already. I'm just leaving my mom's place. Very hungry. Oi, Dan, how are you, mate? That sounds like a Scottish fisherman. Yeah, Zach has some bad news. Yeah, she's just Saturday and Sunday nights here are kind of like Saturday and Sunday nights are kind of nice, Bobby. They're kind of boring for there because like the staff there's kind of like there's not many people and there's no one to talk to and people there's a lot of people there that like have dementia and just so I was considering either Culver's or Chinese food, but Chinese food is like just never. Oh, hello. This time you gonna go into the army or navy or you getting abducted by a UFO? Look at all these dragonflies in here. I can't do anything about it either. It's supposed to rain tonight. Yeah, the video lagged because I had Wi-Fi on, so I just took it off. Let me know if the lag goes away, or I should say if it does not go away. Yeah, man. Sounds good. I have a friend that went in the Air Force and get free college from that. Oh. Really make that a very. Oh wow, it's a big foxtail for up there. Yeah, that's a big plant. I mean, it's carries a lot of foxy characteristics. I know. Well, basically, the poker's been going on when Ashley's up here. It's kind of uncommon, and then just I managed to. I'm still going to the doctor. I'm still fighting this thing, and I threw my back out. Like it's really hard for me. I had to like bribe Ashley and Lacey, my sister, to help me move some stuff around in the storage because I couldn't even bend over. I did have a deal, and I did have a good Fourth of July. We went out to Sharky's, which is a beach at Venice Beach. Can't go in the water because there's flesh-eating bacteria, but it was still fun. I could go to Wawa, but Culver's is probably a better choice. Oh, you might go to Dallas. It's a big city, man. So is Chicago, but hey, Gus, haven't seen you in a while. I'm gonna make a quick little trip up here just to show you guys. I'll make a quick trip up this road just to show you guys kind of what. So back in the day, like that Wawa is only about 3 years old at the most. So back in the day, only this racetrack, and there was a gas station over here and a McDonald's right here. Those are the only things that were here. Out by the interstate, there was a hotel too. But I'm doing all right. Just had to kind of stay inside this most of the summer. June and July are like my least busy months, but I got I had I don't know how to explain. I guess you could just call it a bacterial issue that I had to take care of. It. I couldn't go outside and do very much. I'm up in Venice now. I'm not in the Cape. It's a long story, but basically I just wasn't getting along with Ashley's mother. and I decided to leave. But Ashley and I are still together. Oh wow. Yeah, Dallas isn't like a easy town to get around to. There's a lot of traffic. Yeah, man, it was so bad. Nah, you won't get in trouble, man. I don't see why they would care. 7-gallon Christmas lights. So here's the interstate, right? So really, like, this is just essentially country after that. Oh wow. So I guess everybody has problems with mother-in-laws. Sorry to hear that, Bobby. Yeah. Are they really building a gas station out here? That's crazy. Oh, this is so ridiculous and sad at the same time. They built another subdivision out here. It's hard to see. So you know what it's like. It's just, I don't want to go into particulars, but she's thwarting the development of many things that are important in both my life and in Ashley's life. And she's very tunnel visioned, and she's slightly delusional and lives in her own world when it comes to the rules of life. So, but right here was the end of the line. This road didn't exist here. It's just a dead end. This is country. So if we continue on here, hey Bob, what's going on, man? So we can continue on here. Oh, you guys should see this. Check this out. That's pretty nice. And now let's focus on the road. Yeah, I hope so. I hope she will. But all these new developments here, these are all these gated communities. You can't go in. It's just like a, hey, welcome to Venice, but don't bother me in my own little, you know. Yeah, it just really sucks. There's no palms here. It's just open, these little townhouses, and it's just, you know, it's just become another town in Florida that has all these things, for lack of a better term. Oh, nice! You got the Crassophylla seeds to germinate. Just don't put them in any sun. They will grow in some when older, but they look better in some shade. They should do well for you. They're pretty cold hardy they're related to Cocothrinax. Hey Dylan, I actually sold the Atalea to a guy on Pine Island who really was excited about it, and it kind of was like it's going to a forever home. So I figured that was a good thing to do there. What do we have here? Is this Laurel Road already? Yeah, so this is like the next exit up from Jacaranda. It's 2 miles. I guess does the guy have a stop sign? No, he doesn't. It's hard to see. There's a bunch of signs. None of them are octagon shaped though, so. Just gonna turn back around. I would go back to the interstate, but I think it's the same distance or same time either way. But this is just. Yeah, we have these flashing ones. Kind of if you're in the country, they have them there, so you don't like just T-bone a wall. Because in America, people tend to drive when they're really tired and drunk. So, but let's just see if we can. Let's see what happens when we try and. I don't know if I can even get in. Some of these places don't even have like their gates up yet, but they're building these houses. You can see this is all clear cut. This is all swamp or farm. Yeah, you can do that. I don't see why. But this was just all just like woods. Someone owned it. But out here, nice. Well, one of them will win in that fight there, Gus. Probably Jubea. But You can call your container ranch. Some people who don't have a lot of room to plant palms in the ground. Let's see. Is there an entrance here? It said Aria Homes. Let's see what happens here. I'm just trying. If I see a no trespassing sign, I'm just gonna go to where I can go and kind of see what's going on. Oh, that's lovely. A big dumpster. Probably gonna get bothered by the police. This is just nothing land, but you can see it's just another neighborhood with a gated BS. They name it after a casino in Las Vegas. I wonder if this will be full of degenerate gamblers. See, I sold a lot of my plants just because they needed good homes, and I didn't have the place to put them in. My sister didn't want to put it in the ground at her house. So... yeah, it is. Especially Arcana Phoenix, Cunninghamiana, Bob. Here's that flashy sign. I'm not turning right, so... they do this more, yeah, more in like more... these are just newer stop signs. I think they do it in more areas where people don't realize that there's a stop sign now. Hey Dan, those are actually red Latan seeds. This whole area, there's some older houses, right? It's hard to see during the this time of night. So there's some nice Bismarcks here. You can't even see them. If I get blue Latans, I'll send them your way. Cause all those are good for your climate. No, I saw it, Zach. You're not a kid anymore. I know, what the hell happened. Enjoy the rest of, enjoy your senior year, man. That's what you should do. Never did I have so little to do and so much free time than in my senior year of high school. College was fun too, but just you had more to do. It was growing yellow white leaves. It's either variegated or it's just lacking chlorophyll, and it might be like just mechanically deficient. It's kind of hard to... it could be a number of things. It could just be because it's not seeing any light at all, like in a baggie. Yeah, it is pretty crazy. I hate gas. I should just get the gas. I'm essentially a child. I'll admit to that. Graduated high school in in 2000. You said at the age of 14. I'm like, that's impressive. These new traffic patterns where the straight people going straight go first, I'm not used to. It's quite annoying, actually. It's supposed to rain tonight. It rained pretty hard last night. Guess I really don't need gas. Still have a quarter tank left. Usually I just like to fill it up anyway, but yeah. America, land of the free, but you can't drink till you're 21. Yeah, you can still be a child. I know I was a child for quite some time after I was a child in college. I think if you guys saw me in a day-to-day life cycle, you would think that I'm just a big baby. Not like just. All right. Getting that cod dinner.
Thank you for choosing Culver's customer request for you.
Can I get the two-piece cod dinner, please?
Okay, fries and coleslaw okay for your sides?
Yeah, that'll be fine. And that'll be it.
All right, it's gonna be 11:33.
All right, great, thanks.
You're welcome.
I would go out and do some more driving. I'm just fading a little bit. Maybe I should go out on later night drives. Maybe I'll do it later in the night. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Chris, what's going on, man? The only reason I was mentioning to come down sooner was because I was afraid raccoons were going to get them because they were digging up the seeds in them, but they didn't mess with the plants. Yeah, I'll be around from like 9 till maybe like 8, 9 o'clock till 11, 12, and then I'll be around after 5. What about boron, Gus? Oh. Yeah, that's actually a better question for Zach. He might know. Well, that's probably a better time to come. It's so hot here. Well, it's only 79 out here, but so there's a chance of rain around 9 or 10 o'clock. But you guys can see there's not that many clouds out. Maybe it won't. It's been a pretty dry season so far. In Cape Coral, it rains a lot more this time of year. I actually have the poker's going pretty well. I had one friend cash for a good amount. The main event, which is going on now, is the one I have like 8 people that I watch.
Your total is 11:33.
All right, thanks.
Would you like a receipt with that, sir?
Sure, I'll take it. I wish you guys could.
Here you are.
Ready?
You can just take that
Okay.
follow the yellow line all
Sure.
the way around to the thank you sign.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a nice night.
You too. You're so nice here. That's part of like why I actually like to come here. I find the worst customer service is at like Wendy's and Burger King. Not that I ever frequently go there very often, but yesterday I was hurting so bad from throwing my back out. I bribed my sister and Ashley. I think I told you guys this. So we went out to go get food, and they all wanted ribeye steaks and shrimp. Thankfully, they were all on sale. Oh, nice. That's okay. Right. I used to have that exact truck that's in front of me. That was the first car I ever bought new in outside of the country. That's known as the Toyota Hilux. Hilux. What is that called, Dan, in Australia? How do you guys pronounce it? Helix? Helix? It's been around for a while. We call it the Tacoma here in the U.S. Anyways, I bought a new one in 2007. And then I traded it in like an idiot. I would still have that truck too, probably. Yeah, Hilux. Okay, so that's how it's pronounced, Hilux. I didn't know. I used to have a 4Runner too, and they call it like the. I don't know what 4Runners are called overseas. I think they're just called the Hilux Ute or something like that. There's so many cool cars in Australia that have different, and overseas that just have different names than they do in America. I know they don't use the word 4Runner overseas, and I know they don't use Tacoma overseas because that's like a Tacoma's a. Oh, they call them the 4Runner there. Okay. I've had two 4Runners. I had a 90 and a 95. Mm-hmm. The smart cars here didn't do so well in sales. I actually test drove one with my ex-girlfriend. It felt like when they shifted, it felt like someone was like missing a shift. Like they would rev, drop the clutch, shift, and then let it kick again. So it always felt like you were like kicking into every gear. It was automatic. And then I saw like a Nissan Titan behind us. I thought I was gonna roll us into a ditch. I actually went to my friends, two friends work at the Honda dealership where I bought this truck, and I considered trading it in for like just a Civic, because I wasn't really hauling a lot of stuff. I was doing more small things and better gas mileage, and I think it's just the ability to drive through the small streets is appealing. But yeah, Tesla's all over Europe. I would love to get a Tesla. If I could afford it, I would get it, but I can't afford it. Barely afford this. And a Tesla, like a good Model 3 runs like 60,000, which is like almost double what I paid for this. Yeah, that's why the smart cars do so well there, and other tiny cars. Because there's the Volkswagen Polo, which is like a smaller version of the Golf. I think they have them in Australia. Yeah, no, they are a disaster in America, because if you get hit by basically any other vehicle, you're beside the Fiat. Low Luxes, okay. Yeah, and that's popular here to a point. Not really in this part of Florida, but like in Miami, it's like people do make lowrider trucks. They'll do it with other ones like the Mazda B3000s, whatever they're called, B2000s. I forget what they're called. Yeah. I remember being in Rome and Paris, and people would just park wherever they wanted. I do remember that pretty well. It was pretty funny, actually. Let's check this real quick.
All right, order number 23. You caught dinner?
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
You have a nice night.
Have a good one. Yeah, I remember just like walking around, cars parked on the sidewalk in the middle of Paris. Yeah. I'd say in Europe in general, there's much better driving sensibility, but in Asia, there's much less. But in America, you have much bigger vehicles, and when they hit really small vehicles, it's just like instant death. The one thing that I wish that Europe's very lenient on diesel emissions, and in the U.S., like that's why you don't see any diesel cars. You only see diesel trucks, which I think are actually they're actually exempt from emissions tests. That's why they get by. That's why like Nissan can also put a Cummins in, because it's an American diesel engine. Okay, let us carry on. So basically, okay, have a good night, Gus. Let us know let me know how the Chrysophylla seeds go. I remember when I first landed in France at Charles de Gaulle Airport, we got a taxi, and it was a Mercedes. I'm like, oh, sweet. That was like a Mercedes 300E or something like that. Cool. And we were going, like, we were on some like highway. I was looking at the speedometer, and the guy was doing like 160 kilometers an hour. I'm like, is this legal? Like going 100 miles an hour on the highway. I guess no one really cared. It depends which Cliptrocalyx did you get, Chris? Because some of them will grow. Like I have Cliptrocalyx elegans seeds that are now they germinated in the bag. Yeah, that definitely will happen. I've been on some buses in Italy, and we definitely hit a few curbs driving into like Florence, especially Florence, such small. Let's see if this officer friendly's hanging around the corner here. No. Huh. Cliptrocalyx multifidus? Yeah, check it out. I'm not familiar with that species. Although it could be, I know of many Cliptrocalyx, but there's some I just don't know about, so. I went to Florence, Rome, Naples, and Sorrento. And then I went over to Brindisi. I took a ferry to, so yeah, I mean, you went a little bit further north, and I didn't really get to see much of North Italy. The furthest north I went was Florence, where yeah, some of the worst little alleyways are there. I mean, they're cool, but good luck bringing a car through there, even like a Fiat. Like my mom has a Fiat, and I love driving the thing, but it's so tiny. I mean, I'm so afraid of just getting plowed, T-boned by a truck, and there's nothing, I mean, it doesn't matter how many airbags you have, there's no way you're surviving that. But it's fun. I really wish she had a manual Fiat. Rev through those gears and handle like a... Yeah, Rome has a lot, and Florence has Canary Island dates. I remember looking for them. There weren't many, but Rome definitely has plenty. Rome has the same climate as like, I guess you could attribute it to something like the Inland Empire of California, but like with a little bit cooler. It is definitely a warm Mediterranean, but not kind of like mid LA, but a little. It does get into. They get many frosts a year, but I'm trying to think. There's a climate quite like it in the U.S. There really isn't. Kind of like a cooler version of LA, essentially. Yeah, networking is bad, man. I mean, when it comes to YouTube, you have to realize, like, all you want is, everybody just wants a certain thing. In order to get it, they have to do something for someone else, but it's for a stranger. And so once they get what they want, they're just gonna, it's called the prisoner's dilemma. You have no reason to wanna, unless you care about what that person is doing, you're not gonna wanna, I mean, do you wanna subscribe to those people that you networked with? Yeah, it's probably somewhere in the 9 category. Naples is probably a little bit, Sicily's probably a zone 10. Sicily probably has a climate a lot like LA, except for a little bit yeah, they're about the same. I haven't been to Sicily, but I would say Athens has like definitely like a climate a lot like Los Angeles. A little bit warmer. My dad went to Greece for 2 weeks. He got back a few days ago. He sent me pictures of like these canaries like in the ground that were like 4 feet tall. Yeah, it depends on where you are. Sicily on the coast, definitely be a 10. Interior, like it's very mountainous, so it does get a little cool. Chris, let me check a little bit. I can see what I can find, or I can kind of like talk to you when I see you. Yeah, roads. Yeah, I would say definitely is a zone 9 in the interior, 10 along the coast, and then there's actually, if you look, there's a lot of outlying islands southwest of Sicily. There's Lampedusa, which is the only about 50 miles off the coast of Tunisia. It's actually geographically part of Africa, but Italy controls it, and that's where a lot of the refugees from North Africa come. That climate's like a solid 10B there, I would imagine, but it's a very small island, very barren. Yeah, roads to be a 10A. It can get chilly down there too, even in Crete. Because I mean, Cairo sees frost, and that Cairo's, hundreds of miles to the south. Cyprus. I don't have my vlog stick with me, but I'll bring the camera out real quick to show you guys before we head out. Oh no, the cat's, there goes a raccoon. Oh, they're bunnies. Sister's still not home. So I used to own that car, and I essentially gifted it. Well, I didn't gift it, but I sold it for a very fair price to my sister's boyfriend. All right, real quick, let's do this. Let's put it back on put this back in my case. Uh-oh. Oh no, I did it right, okay. No, I don't really have anything cool here. This is what Alan did to my Nissan. Look at this. And he still drives it every day too. See you later, Dylan. This is planted as a 15-gallon. Hey, Shiv. I'm just about to head out, but there's that Diune. These are the Foxy ladies. So if you look at them, the way you can kind of tell that they're Foxy ladies is see how dark they are at the base and all this fuzz, but they don't have, see how wide the leaves are at the same time. So Chris, you can pick between either one of them. They both have 5 in them. One has like a couple big ones and a few small ones, and one has kind of like all the same size. This thing I gotta trim. Oh, it's about to flush. See that? It's hard to see, but the lady palm is nice. Yeah, I was gonna convert this into a like I was gonna turbo it because it has a 350Z engine, the VQ35, and yeah, I ended up selling. He needed a car, so he ended up T-boning a Ford, some Ford SUV in a parking lot, and he still drives it. So you can see like the metal bumper's bent down. Nothing. The car works fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But see, it's an 06. It had like top of the line, had leather and everything in it, and now it's just mush. Zach, I'm trying to think about the best way to do that for you. I would just go on YouTube Studio and see what they recommend. So I'm going to get. Sometimes I will. Those hurricane palms that I had. Oh, excuse me. Hurricane palms that I had. They were just like freebies. They were rescue plants. So anyway, I'm gonna go eat some food, guys. See you guys later.